Hi, welcome to today's Vinyasa flow. For today's practice, you're going to want a block or a thick sturdy book. Shoebox works just fine. Also, maybe bring your pet in with you. I don't know if I always recommend it because I've tried to film this video a few times with Teton interrupting, so we'll see how long he lasts. But we're going to get started in an easy seat. So whichever leg you prefer in front, hands might rest on knees or thighs, lengthening the spine, rooting through our sit bones. Crown of the head lifts. Give yourself a few rounds of breath here just to settle in. Adding in some gentle movement to start. Inhale, lengthen both arms up towards the sky. Exhale, right hand outside of right hip, left arm overhead. Inhale, bring back to center. Exhale, other side, right arm overhead. Inhale, center once more each side. Side stretch towards the right. Inhale to center. Side stretch towards the left. Inhale back to center. And then hands drop. We'll come to a seated figure four. So taking your soles of the feet to the mat. Keeping a bend in your knees here. Hands behind your hips. Fingertips point towards your hips here. Right sole of the foot comes off the mat. Right ankle rests over left knee. Now you are welcome to stay right here. This is nice. You might feel it in the back of that right thigh towards the glute. Or if you'd like to add in a bit more of a twist, drop the right sole of the foot to the floor. Left arm wraps around that bent knee. You might shift a bit off your mat, not concerning yourself too much there. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, pull that knee a bit closer to your body. Inhale, release, reversing out of it the same way we got in. Other side, right foot stays planted, left foot lifts, left ankle over that right knee. Again, checking in with this side of your body. If this feels like enough, stay right here. Or allow that left sole of the foot to fall to the mat. Right arm wraps around that bent knee, left hand props up behind you. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, pull that knee a bit closer to the body. Inhale to unwind, same way we got in. Next breath, make your way to a tabletop position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale to drop your belly and lift your gaze. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. Inhale, cow, belly drops, gaze lifts. Exhale, cat, round your spine, tuck your chin. Give you a few more rounds here, adding in any movement that feels good for you. I might suggest today shifting your hips side to side, almost like a really gentle side stretch. But just lowering maybe one elbow and then the other as you shift side to side. Next breath, wherever you are, come back to neutral. Inhale to walk your hands forward about a handprint. Tuck your toes, lift your hips for downward facing dog. Same drill here. You've got a little time. Feel out your space, maybe shifting side to side, pedaling out the legs. Next inhale, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root through your feet, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up once more. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, hang heavy. Inhale, root through your feet, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up for sun salutation A. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, squeeze your shoulder blades. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to plank. Inhale here and plank on the toes or knees. Exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Untucking your toes, inhale, lift your heart for cobra, elbows hug the side body. Exhale, back to the mat. Inhale, press up to your plank, toes or knees. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale to bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to chair, hips sink down and fingertips lift. Taking a bit of a different version here in chair. Open your arms up wide. So you might almost feel like you've got a little back bend here, almost like you're pressing your tailbone out. Taking up that space. Give yourself 3 rounds of breath here. Weight stays in your heels. I want to be annoyed about Teton taking up my mat, but I know some of you are doing yoga right now with like children crawling all over you. So keep it up. You're doing great. I can handle one grumpy dog, I guess. Next breath, hands come to heart center. Keeping that bend from chair, start to shift your weight towards your left foot. Extend your right leg long behind you. Pausing in crescent for just a moment, then lowering that back knee. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift your fingertips. Right hand finds left wrist. Side stretch towards the right. Bit of a different side stretch here. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, hands to the mat just to tuck that back toe, lift the back knee. Return to crescent. Step forward to chair. Other side, shift weight to the right foot, left foot extends long behind you. Bending that back knee, untuck the toes. Left hand finds right wrist. What I mean when I say this is a bit of a different side stretch, we usually side stretch towards our bent knee, this time challenging our balance a little differently. Next breath, release, fingertips lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee for crescent. Step forward for chair. Full breath here. Press into your heels, straighten and extend those legs. Inhale, reach forward, maybe you look up. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Inhale, shifting your foot, weight towards your left foot. Right foot lifts off the mat, standing balance. You can always bring that blocker shoebox under this foot here. Welcome to stay right here. Or right arm reaches back, left arm reaches forward. Finding that twist. Full breath. Next breath, come back to center. Exhale, kicking behind you, right leg extends long. Find crescent pose, fingertips lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Right hand stays planted, left arm opens, revolved low lunge. Next breath, hand back to the mat. Step back to plank position. Inhale and plank. Exhale for chaturanga or the mat. Inhale for cobra or up dog. Exhale, meet back in downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root through your feet, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up, maybe look up. Exhale, hands to heart center once more. Weight shifts to the right foot, left foot lifts. Finding standing balance here first. Rooting through that right foot equally. So blade edge, heel under the ball of that big toe. Next breath, maybe you find the twist. Left arm reaches back, right arm reaches forward. Breathe here. One more moment. Come back to center. Extending that left leg long behind you. Find crescent and then fingertips lift. Feeling that extension. Exhale, hands to the mat. Left hand stays planted. Right arm opens to the sky. Revolved low lunge. Give yourself a moment here. Right hand back to the mat. Step back to plank position. Inhale and plank. Exhale for the mat or chaturanga. Inhale for up dog or cobra. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Making sure that block is somewhere towards the top of the mat within reach. Inhale, sweep right leg towards the sky. Exhale, step it outside the right foot. Finding lizard here. Even if you don't typically use the block, bring your block here at maybe its lowest or medium setting. Sorry, adjusting around the dog. Plant your hands into the block, feeling that extra space, and then lower your back knee to untuck your toes. Left hand stays planted, right arm reaches back. Now you might stay right here, creating length here, fingertips reaching back, toes untucked. Maybe you bend that back knee, your foot might find that hand. Again, giving yourself a moment. We're looking for openness across the front of the chest. So if adding that bend and trying to grab that foot is making you crouch in and get really tight, just release it. This is the best version of the pose for you right now. Breathe here. Next breath, release. Foot back to the mat, hand to the mat. Tuck your back toes to lift your back knee. Step back to downward facing dog. Other side, inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, step it outside of that left foot. Again, starting with that block here. Press into the block with both hands, feeling that space. Lower the back knee, untuck the toes. Right hand stays planted, shifting more towards the middle of the block. Left arm reaches behind you. Feeling that openness all the way across the chest from right shoulder through those left fingertips. Maybe you bend the back heel. You might be able to find your toes, feeling into that openness. Again, checking in. If this is making you feel really tight and crouched, release it. Find the version that works on this side of the body. Full breath. And release. Toes back to the mat. Releasing the block. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, finding plank position. Exhale, lower all the way to the mat. Untuck your toes, lifting your heart for Sphinx. Elbows press into the mat. Heart lifts. Softening that low body. If this doesn't feel great in the low back, really nice option to take the block at whatever setting feels good for you and use that to rest your forehead. Wherever you are, give yourself another full round of breath. When that's complete, gently press yourself back to a child's pose. Knees as wide or as narrow as feels good in your body. I might suggest today trying a little narrower stance. If it feels claustrophobic, you are welcome to release it. But after that openness we feel with the twists and with that monkey twist, this can feel really nice in your hips. Again, checking in, finding what works for your body. Use your next breath to gently lift your upper body out of that shape, and then keeping your knees tracking towards the top of the mat. Might shift your weight forward, tuck your back toes here for planters. Now, if that feels just way too intense right off the bat, there's a lot of options. As you start to sit your heels back or your weight back towards your heels, maybe you bring the block under your sit bones here at its wider setting so it can support your whole seat. That can feel really nice. If that still doesn't feel great, some bodies prefer to have toes tucked, shifting their weight forward and then gently back just when they find their edge. Maybe you just come to standing on the knees with the toes tucked. Breathing here wherever you need to be. Full round of breath. If you'd like to add a heart opener, maybe opposite hand to opposite elbow behind the low back, or if reverse prayer is in your practice, it's a beautiful time to take that. Just bringing your palms together like Tadasana. Again, just checking what's available in your shoulders and that shoulder mobility. Next breath, release. Shift your weight forward, untuck your toes, maybe tap the tops of your feet into the mat. And then next breath, release the heels out from under your seat. Got a real love-hate relationship with that plantar stretch, my goodness. As you're ready, bring your soles of the feet together, feet a little further away from your body than in butterfly for diamond pose. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, hinge forward. Allow yourself to round forward. Giving ourselves just a few rounds of breath here. Head hangs heavy. Maybe a slight tuck of the chin towards the chest. Next breath, release, lifting up out of that shape. And then this time, pulling your heels in closer to your body for butterfly. So as close as is available for you. Hands might rest on ankles or toes, totally just your preference. Keeping the spine long here, so squeeze the shoulder blades just slightly. Crown of the head lifts. You might hinge forward ever so slightly, noticing if that intensifies the stretch for you. Give yourself a few breaths here. Breathing into the shape, pretty active pose here. Next breath, release, shifting back just a bit. You can keep your feet as they are, or if easy seat feels better, we'll take a twist from here. Inhale to lift your arms. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand comes outside of left knee. Left hand props up behind you. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist just a bit deeper. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, other side, right hand behind you, left hand outside that knee. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, right shoulder pulls back. Inhale, come back to center. Taking your soles of the feet to the mat, starting to lower yourself down, adding in any other shapes that would feel good. Make our way towards Shavasana. Legs extend long. Arms hang heavy, allowing your body to take up space here. Allow your body to be heavy here. And give yourself a few rounds of breath, challenging yourself to release even more into the pose. I'll let you know when it's time to come out. Checking back in with your breath. Body can remain still. If it feels good and is available to you today, you are more than welcome to stay in this place of rest. If it's time to close out your practice, you might start by deepening your inhales and exhales. Maybe you add in gentle movement as it feels good, rocking the head side to side, wiggling fingers and toes. And when you're ready, make your way to a fetal position on either side. Pausing there for a moment of stillness with your body and allowing yourself to move slowly as you press up to a comfortable, easy seat. Eyes can stay soft or closed here, feeling into some gratitude, You made time for yourself. You showed up today and honored your body with movement and with rest, reminding ourselves of that importance. We'll close with a collective breath. You can exhale to prepare. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, draw your hands back to heart center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Thank you for being part of this rad community, and I hope you have a lovely day. All right.